It is the worst thing I can ever... Yeah, I wouldn't want this to happen to anyone.
Bianca Elmir has been a fighter for as long as she can remember.
I've always been into contact sport. I love contact sport.
A national kickboxing champion, she made the switch to boxing 3 years ago with a dream of becoming the first female to represent Australia at an Olympics. She quit her job as an advisor to Greens politician Amanda Bresnan and was sacrificing everything to make that dream a reality.
I sold my furniture, I raffled everything I could, put everything together, put my itinerary together, and just ventured a little bit aimlessly, really.
With her few belongings and a small amount of cash from the Australian Sports Commission, she based herself in Ireland and Spain, testing herself against Europe's best.
Cut myself off from everyone else, really, and did it all on my own. I think I just slipped off the radar I may have even fallen through the cracks if it's easier to define it like that.
But a week before February's National Championships in Hobart, a decision she'll regret forever. Bianca says that she took a diuretic to help reduce swelling in her ankles.
A very close friend of mine in Ireland, she travels quite regularly, and it's something that she takes when she gets on the plane, and I just took it at face value, and it was purely just in order to counter that, and as it's now turned out, it was the worst decision I could make.
In Hobart, she was tested by ASADA for the very first time.
It was a serious bad judgment call. It was just a matter of just being, making the wrong decision at a split second. Didn't check a substance before I took it in. I thought it was fine, but it wasn't.
After becoming Australia's national flyweight champion for the third straight year, Bianca returned to training in Ireland. A few weeks later, a phone call, she tested positive to 2 diuretics.
And I was initially in shock, didn't really understand the consequences of what I was just being told over the phone. And then I think as the days went on, I realised exactly what I was going through, and then I was just horrified that all of the work I'd done. Yeah. This was one of the first times in my life where I just felt completely helpless, optionless. I just felt optionless. I didn't know where to turn to. I had no idea.
It wasn't until 2 months later that Bianca was informed of a provisional suspension. It came on the night before she was due to depart for China for the one event that could secure her Olympic selection. She had an emergency appeal, but it failed.
There are still things that I'm unaware of that will come out in the case, hopefully, that will shed a little bit more light as to the reasoning why things happened the way that they did. Because to me at the moment I'm still really confused.
After escaping to Thailand for several weeks to recover, Bianca has returned home to Canberra, where she's living with her mum with little money and no job. She'll face a Court of Arbitration for Sport hearing at the end of next month, where the penalty could range from a reprimand to a 2-year ban.
And when you look in history, you look at, all great fighters have had their fair share of letdowns, fighting the system in one way or another. So I don't see myself as unique in any way at all. It just happens to be, this is my story right now.
She's back training at a hidden gym in Dixon, still believing that a Commonwealth Games and one day Olympic Games is still within reach.
It has given me strength to move on, in that I have found areas of strength inside of myself I didn't know I had, and it's forced me to look deeper within myself, and I suppose I'm lucky for that. And I hope that I can use that newfound strength in order to redirect my career for the future and become a better boxer and a wiser boxer as well.